Aquarius Monthly Horoscope for February 2021. Aquarius Health Horoscope. You would have to look quite close and hard at the stars to make out some encouraging prospects for your health this month. Cold hands and cold feet would tend to remain colder if anything. Inclination to nervousness would also be somewhat worse than normal. All this would demand greater care and attention. There is no word of cheer for somber temperaments who would even tend to be melancholy. There is further need for you to be extremely careful about the need for avoiding very strictly any unclean or stale food. At a time like this, such food would almost certainly lead to food poisoning. Aquarius Finance Forecast. The augury for your financial prospects is anything but cheerful this month. Most of you would have to work quite hard and yet have few chances of realizing your objectives. Further, there is a distinct possibility that speculative activity would take some of you to your doom. Expected gains would not materialize and further compound the mess. There is also the likelihood of having to do other people's dirty work in the hope of making a fast luck. Such greed should be curbed, because not only will luck elude you, but also create a situation which could easily become very bothersome. Aquarius Career and Profession Predictions. The prospects for your career advancement appear none too bright this month, with the stars in no mood to bless you. You would find yourself working quite hard, and the rewards would be nowhere near matching the effort put in. Even with all this effort, there is little likelihood of realizing expected gains. Some of you might also develop a mean streak which would goad you on to exploiting your juniors and workers below you in the social strata. This should be curbed, failing which you would only yourself to blame for the exceeding unpleasant situation you would find yourself in. Travel also would fail bear any fruit through there might be some percentage in a sojourn towards the north. Aquarius Education Horoscope. Nothing particularly favorable about the augury from the stars, insofar as your educational prospects are concerned. Those pursuing higher studies may find their efforts bogged down in difficulties, not the least of which could be finding the right opportunity. Technical students would have to work much harder than usual to maintain their ranking, though there is a possibility of some of you doing quite well in your practicals. Students of law would also fare poorly. Candidates for competitive examinations would do well to go in for extra coaching, since this could decide the outcome of your efforts. Aquarius Travel Forecast. A good month during which the prospects of gains from travel are quite promising, since the stars have decided to bless you. A visit to a holy place or places could well turn out to be a memorable landmark in your personal annals. Those aspiring for higher studies or training abroad or some far-off place would see their plans go through smoothly. You would travel alone by rail or by road with a fair measure of air travel. A visit abroad also cannot be ruled out. Business travel would be very successful. West is the most favorable direction. Aquarius Family Prospects. This month your family affairs may get bogged down in difficulties, since practically all stellar influences are negative. There is a distinct possibility of some of you developing serious differences with the elders of the family, leading to unpleasant situations. You must not lose your cool and refuse to be drawn into any sort of a confrontation. This should diffuse tension to a large extent. Financially also, you all may not do too well for yourselves, and as such plan your expenses carefully well in advance. Children would need extra attention and more of your time and energy, since they may tend to be ill-tempered and disobedient. Aquarius children predictions. There is nothing particularly beneficial about the augury from the stars this month insofar as your children's progress is concerned. There is the possibility that the wards of quite a few among you people would get into serious difficulties with their teachers, adversely affecting their studies. Parents should intervene well in time to set things right. The performance of most of them at studies would also leave much room for improvement. Students of law and those pursuing higher studies may face a set of particularly difficult circumstances. They would have to persevere for success. This is the channel of astrology. We will be posting yearly horoscopes and monthly horoscopes, so subscribe the channel to stay tuned. Thanks for watching.